This is my dog Shelby, and she's both a genius and an idiot. Case in point, the way we have to tiptoe around the word dog park is seriously insane. Once she recognized the word, we started using other words like pet place, and she learned them too. It's gotten to the point where if we even spell out the word, she still knows what we're talking about and gets all excited. She basically knows the entirety of the English dictionary at this point and has corrected multiple of my essays. Oh yeah. But her intellect backfires. For example, when she sees people walking to and from her room frequently, she realizes that her chances for being pet are increased by triangulating their locations and blocking the path entirely. This inevitably leads to me carrying a million groceries to the kitchen in an attempt to do it in one trip. Shelby, you gotta move. The bags, they're digging in my hands. The ice cream's melting. The milk is so cold, please. I hate shorts YouTubers. Hypocrite. But hear me out. There's one thing they all do that drives me literally insane. It's not dividing one good video into a 3-part series of boring videos or using the most annoying music ever.
Or that annoying influencer voice that people do.
Even though those things suck. It's when they end the video with a loop.
So now I strictly eat them with the peel. And that's why
I was hospitalized by an overripe banana.
Screw you! Who are you fooling? You want me to go, duh, you got me. I didn't even know the video ended, so I gotta watch it again and give you another free view. Stop it. I'd rather you end it by saying, hey, I'm desperate. Just watch this again, please. This doesn't count for actually cool loops. But if you tack on a little, and that's how, or and that's the, just stop yourself. Have some dignity, guys. Yeah, and that's why I was going camping with my brother and my dad. We brought our rescue dog with us, Maple, and like she's like a huge muscular dog. We just want to tire her out. So we put her on like a giant 100-foot rope and just threw a frisbee for her. I didn't realize, but I threw the frisbee, looked down, and the rope is wrapped around my foot. And then right as I like let go of the frisbee, I'm like, I should move my foot. But it was just too late. Like, she took off so fast, it tightened around my foot instantly, and then it shredded all the skin in a circle around my ankle.
Oh no.
My dad was one of those dads where he just kind of lets things go. He was like, we'll put some athletic wrap on that, and then I just slept out in the wilderness with my shredded foot. Me, Brock, and my dad would go on a lot of trips just for hockey. Sometimes we'd be on the road for 5 hours just to play one game. And at the first stop, without fail, Brock would always get a king-sized can of iced tea. The kid was addicted. I could stop anytime I want. Only 15 minutes would pass until... Dad? Sup, bud? I need to use the bathroom. What? Why didn't you go at the gas station? I did, I swear. All right, the next town is in 30 minutes. Can you wait? It's really bad. Fine. Dad? You gotta be kidding! Dad, No! You're getting a bottle! Deal with it!
So, me and my girlfriend, we're going on a road trip. I'm getting a little tired, so we pull over. I let her drive, and we turn around, and I'm just like checking my phone. As we're coming up on this bridge, I see the bump that I'd hit earlier, and it's like, it's pretty significant. I'm like, she sees that. She's gonna slow down. It'll be fine. I keep looking at my phone. We're not slowing down, and by the time I look up, it's just too late. Like, by the time that I'm like, maybe you should, and then ba-dunk. I was like, holy, we gotta take her easy. Like, and I look beside me, and my hubcap is flying down the highway beside me, and I was like, oh my god, my hubcap! Pull over! And I had to run out of the car into the ditch to grab my hubcap, and it was still rolling when I got out of the car. It came right to me.
I've always liked cars. I liked Hot Wheels as a kid. I would tag along with my dad to car shows, and when I saw a cool car on the road, I would harass my friends and go, look at that. Still kind of do. But my interest definitely peaked when I was turning 16 and I could get my license. Finally, I could navigate the car-dependent suburbia of North America upon my own free will and contribute unreasonable amounts of greenhouse gas emissions. Hooray! Leading up to my birthday, I started looking for used cars in my area. Trucks, SUVs, whatever, the usual boring stuff. After a while of looking, I suddenly thought, man, this is gonna be my first car. Something I'll remember forever. I don't want to buy something boring or else those YouTube sponsorships would be for nothing. These cars were sick as hell! I was sitting in class. The teacher tells me, like, Brody, you got to go in the hallway. Your brother's asking for it. And I was like, oh my God, like, what's happening? So I step out in the hallway, and Brock's holding a tissue over his finger, and he's like, I have to go home. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I have to go home. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, what? This genius had been holding a pair of kitty scissors made to be safe, but they didn't make him Brock proof, apparently. He's so bored in class, he's gonna saw a pencil in half lengthwise, holding it in his hand.
Wow.
The scissor slipped and just went like half an inch into his thumb. He had to get 6 stitches.
1, never let him inside of a wood workshop. 2, get this man into an arm wrestling competition. Ta-da.
A few months into our relationship, I had the brilliant idea to take Izzy camping. It would be picturesque. I'd wow her with my masculine wilderness skills, treat her to some s'mores, and we'd gaze into the cosmos as we drift off into a rosy slumber. So, we packed up our supplies and wheeled off to the campsite. Right away, I got to setting up this old tent I borrowed from my dad. After I spent 1,000 years detangling the wire monster of a tent and setting it up, I realized something was missing. Does that look unstable to you?
Might be a little lopsided.
Our tent literally started flying away. Apparently, the random tent from my dad's garage didn't have pegs. It was one ugly kite. I think the worker was high. He looked it. I was like, can I get a pizza sub? He's going really slowly. And then he's like, do you want marinara? I was like, yeah, it's a pizza sub. And then he put the tiniest spoonful of it and like spreads it across the whole thing. I was like, can I get extra marinara? I kid you not. He grabs the ladle and he scoops 4 entire scoops onto my sandwich. And like, I wasn't gonna be like, that's way too much. But then like at the end, a different cashier rings me through and he's wrapping up the sandwich and he can't close it. It's wet. And he's like, sorry, it's really saucy. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Did you eat it?
I had to eat that thing like it was a soup bowl. When you get a puppy, everything else in your life just takes a back seat. You thought you were gonna hang out with your friends tonight? Well, your dog just ate an entire box of Timbits, and now you get to lay awake hoping they don't throw up again, wondering if you can even afford the potential vet bill. My siblings and I took what we called Shelby shifts, because she was too anxious and energetic to be left alone for the whole night, which meant at least one of us had to stay up with her for hours, dangling a sock for her to play with. It was tough times. Eventually, she started getting more independent, and as she got older, we got a sense of her goofy little personality. Shelby's half golden retriever and half Australian shepherd, and the retriever half made it so wagging her tail simply isn't enough. She has to wiggle her whole butt. There's literally nothing better to come home to than that. Come here, Bryson. You gotta be kidding. Whoever's in there, I'm gonna hurt you. You're not gonna like it. Oh God, dude, what the hell? I'm too tired for this, bro. Stop. How many of you are in there? Never mind. Look, if you're gonna stay here, just at least sing a soothing song. Okay, you know what? Not bad. My Singing Monsters. This was an ad. Kinda. They didn't really supervise me. They paid me for this. Me and Brock, we played hockey, starting at 5 years old, stopped playing like when we were like 15. We were always very competitive with each other. Like there was one time we were having a scrimmage at practice and it was me versus you. And I just knew within my heart, like I had to put Brock in his place, dog. I've never tried harder for anything in my life. I don't even remember the game. It's just a haze to me now, but I ended up like beating you by like 1 goal. And then I just passed out on the ice. And the coach came over. He was like, are you okay? And I was like,
I just remember you were kind of a goon, buddy. There wasn't really anybody else on our team that would like hurt people. And Brody was that guy. Like somebody hit our goalie and Brody just like punched him in the face. I don't know. It sounds bad. And these are like 10-year-old kids, man.
Driving back from a trip with Brock and his girlfriend, Brock was being Brock. Yo, I gotta take getting a bottle! Deal with it! Deciding to show mercy, we pulled over to a rest area and Brock took a few steps away from the car to do his business. He showed weakness. A rookie mistake. What, shy? Oh my God. Watch out for the wind, champ! Leave me alone! You guys are children. I genuinely think that's the hardest I've laughed in my entire life.